श्री स्वामीनारायण इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी बाट गांधीनगर। प्रीवियस सेशंस जिसमें हमने थियरी के सारे कंसेप्ट क्लियर किए, नाउ ये सेशन में हम प्रैक्टिकल की ओर देखते हैं। सो मोबाइल कंप्यूटिंग एंड वायरलेस कम्युनिकेशन, सब्जेक्ट कोड 2170710। जीटीयू की साइट पे अगर आप सिलेबस इसका देखो तो प्रैक्टिकल में जो प्रोग्राम या एक्सपेरिमेंट कवर हो रहे हैं वो इस प्रकार है। फर्स्ट वन जो है वो write a program to simulate the fixed time division multiplexing. Take 12 stations. Every station has the time slash of 417 microsecond. Delay should be 10 millisecond. Every time the station get the turn, means it set some message and display the particular message. So let me start with the first program. Here is the lab manual for MCWC, and this one is the first experiment, time division multiplexing. So before starting of the time division multiplexing, we need to understand the multiplexing technique. So what do you mean by multiplexing? Multiplexing is a process of combining multiple signal into one signal over the shared medium. The process is called the analog multiplexing if these signal are analog, and if you are using the digital signal, so it is called the multiplexing for the digital multiplexing. Multiplexing was first developed in telephonic system. We all this concept already discussed in the theory, but here time division multiplexing, what do you mean by time division multiplexing? So time division multiplexing, it use the time frame, it divide into the slot. The technique is used to transmit the signal over the single communication channel by allotting the one slot for each of the message. All type of the time division multiplexing, the main one are synchronous as well as asynchronous time division multiplexing. So synchronous Tdm means the input is connected to the frame. If there are n number of connection, then the frame is divided into n time slot. One slot is allocated for each of the input line. In this technique, the sampling rate is common for all the signal, and hence the same clock input is given. So here multiplexer is used to allocate the same slot to each of the device at all the time. And asynchronous Tdm, in the asynchronous Tdm, the sampling rate is different for each of the signal and common clock is not required. If the allotted device for the time slot transmission is not use any clock, so it is called the asynchronous Tdm. Here time division multiplexing main concept or principle, like Tdm is the digital multiplexing technique. In the Tdm, channel or link is not divided on the basis of frequency but on the basis of time. Total time is available in channel is divided between the several user. Each user is allocated particular time interval called the time slot or time slicing, during the which data is transmitted by the user. Thus each sending device take the control of entire bandwidth of channel for the fixed amount of time. In the time division multiplexing, the data rate capacity of transmission medium should be greater than the data rate frequency by sending the receiving device. In time division multiplexing, all the signal to be transmitted are not transmitted simultaneously. Instead, they are transmitted one by one. Thus, each of the signal will be transmitted for every short time One cycle for frame is said to be completed when all the signal are transmitted once on the transmission channel. The TDM system can be used to multiplex analog or digital signal. So it is more suitable for the digital signal for multiplexing. And the TDM signal is the form of frame that is transmitted on the common communication medium. Here the figure of time divisional multiplexing. Here number of user is 4 and we are using the multiplexer. So each and every user have particulars time slot is divided for the transmission or data flow, and at the receiving side we require the demultiplexer to get the output. So in our program there is a time division multiplexing. Here 12 station is used. That means we required 12 users. Every station has a time slice of 417 microsecond and delay should be 10 millisecond. So let me try to understand this program. This is our simple program written in the C language. We required include stdio.h and conio.h, two header files. Then here number of user is 4, so we required the input parameter, or we use the 12 instead of 12 we only here use the 4 users. Then this is the simple print message. We enter the time of each of the user. We simple required one for loop, and each and every user are allocated fixed number of 10 millisecond of time. So here this type of equation is used. Then while time reach to 0, means it decrease the time and it reach at the 0 level, so it allocate to the other user, frequency allocated to the other user. Simply here we also use the message for each and every user, means like user using first channel, so it simply print with the user 1 using the channel, and time is required for particular user is 10 milliseconds, so time is equal to time minus 10. Same way for the second user we are using third, and for the fourth user. So let me check the output of this program. Here I am using the simple online compiler to run the program. So this is our program. So here the output of this program. First enter the time of the user 1. So we enter 10. Then for second user it is a 20. Third user we entered 30, and fourth one is 40.